here we are. This is Sex, Love Psychedelics, and I'm your host, Dr. Kat. Bringing you psychosexual conversations that will leave you intellectually turned on and hungry for more. So I want to start there with this whole idea of the intersection that you've created with the biohacking, with the supplementation and psychedelics. Like, how did you come to this connection that these could support us in the psychedelic realm?
Well, I'm a supplement guy. I mean, first and foremost, I've been doing supplements for about 20 plus years. So I have done, as you stated, like over 1,000 supplements. I've patented a slew of ingredients and all that kind of stuff. I've flavored tons of products. I mean, if you were to walk through a GNC or vitamin shop, probably a third of the products on the shelf are things that I've formulated or touched in some way, including my ingredients. Ingredients like T-creen and dynamine, which are energy ingredients. My new one, which is Infinity, which is a metabolite of caffeine called paraxanthine. I mean, these are in thousands of products. Mm-hmm. Like basically every pre-workout, nootropic, fat burner, energy drink probably has my ingredients. I brought ketones to the market, a new form of berberine called dihydroberberine, a new ingredient that could end up being a vitamin called ergothioneine. It could be one of the first new vitamins in a long time. An ingredient that mimics exercise called baba. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Shut the fuck up. What about the supplement that, so I can just take a supplement and I exercise for the day.
100%. So I don't know if you know about exercise mimetics is like a class of ingredients, but there's things like ACAR, which has history in the past, AICAR. There's cardarine, which is also known as GW501, 516. But the ingredient that I worked on is literally a signal that happens in your body when you're exercising intensely. The muscle releases what's called a myokine from one of the branch chain amino acids called valine. And valine gets converted into beta amino isobutyric acid. And the body sees this as a signal and it says, okay, we're intensely exercising. So basically everything that happens when beta is elevated is related to intense exercise. And when we see the beta elevation, we also see increased bone mineral density, increased ketone utilization, glucose utilization, glycogen storage efficiency, certainly increased muscle mass and strength, muscle innervation, neuroplasticity, BDNF, VO2 max. Like all of these things are affected by elevated levels of beta. And we've shown that when you supplement with beta exogenously, meaning outside of the body as a supplement, that it does increase endogenous levels of beta, meaning plasma levels in the body. So now we're doing new research to show like what it does on top of exercise. But yeah, literally that's what it is. It mimics exercise. It's the signal for intense exercise.
So like I said, registered badass, Shawn Wells. Describing it's describing the body like a machine. It sounds like you're able to break down the very nuanced structures of how things are working to be able to best support it. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I like that. Kat. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. So as this relates, and that's the whole premise of biohacking, truthfully, right? Yeah. Understanding on the nuance level, these ways that it operates so that we could best support it.
Yeah, just something there, there's the idea of biohacking that I think triggers people. It's honestly triggered me in the past. Because the idea of eliciting shortcuts does sound appealing, but at the same time, we're not really thinking through what this is doing to our body, to our mindset. Like there was a period of time that it was just a very masculine idea to like, let's biohack the shit out of this, right? Like let's like improve performance. Let's push. It's like, let's take our steroids, let's take these peptides, let's take these SARMs, let's take these like research chemicals. We don't know what it'll do negatively in our life, like how it will affect our well-being as a human, but we know that it will grant us more short-term performance. And that's the idea of hacking. So I do like the idea of maybe human optimization is kind of like the better term. It feels like the more kind of balanced masculine and feminine. As we've moved into the last several years, I do feel like the feminine energy has kind of moved into the idea of biohacking, where we're not only looking at all this cool stuff, the future tech, like the, peptides and biologics, things like PRP and stem cells and all this cool thing, BPC 157, and that's awesome. And genomics and epigenetics and all of it. Great. I mean, that's stuff I cover in my book too, but I like how things are coming in that are like traditional or historical ways to renew yourself, like journaling, like listening to music, like sun gazing and forest bathing and meditation and breath work. And these kinds of things are coming in now too, that self-care matters and being a balanced individual. Instead of just pushing the limits to the outer ring, we're now thinking about the balance and being more centered. And I feel like that's where the evolution has taken place in this idea of biohacking.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for tuning in, lovers. And if you want to experience more ecstasy and sexual liberation, head over to sexlovepsychedelics.com and learn about how you can join me for any one of my online or live events. And while you're there, grab my free guide on sex and psychedelics. Remember, this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please contact your healthcare provider and local law before pursuing any of the products or psychedelics discussed. And one final note here. I make this show specifically for you. If you're loving the show, then be sure to leave me a review in iTunes or Spotify to let me know. Happy to be here and happy to serve. I'll see you next time on Sex, Love, Psychedelics.